لقد كان لكم فيهم أسوة حسنة لمن كان يرجو الله واليوم الآخر ومن يتول فإن الله هو الغني الحميد.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، ثم والصلاة والسلام على رسول الكريم سيدنا محمد مصطفى وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما أجمعين. We thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for sparing our lives to move on with the activities of Ramadan. It is indeed a privilege. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us good deeds therein, and may He not deny us the reward. We seek the universal blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the noble messenger, the best of teachers, the master of master, Muhammad Mustafa, his household, his companions, and all those of us that are trying to tread his path to the day of Qiyamah. And my dear viewers, wherever you may be, I greet us in the best of greetings, the greetings of the people of Al-Jannah, by saying Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Today, we'll be looking at making the best of Ramadan, the virtues and the duties. What are the virtues of Ramadan? The virtues of anything are the advantages or the benefits that it has over others. We will remember that there is no month that we are allowed to fast fully except the month of Ramadan. From the hadith of our mother Aisha radiallahu anha, when she said the Prophet ﷺ will start fasting and then he will begin to look at it as if we will not break the fast, or sometimes he will stop fasting and one will think that he's not even going to fast at all. And she reminded us that there is no month that Prophet ﷺ fasted most except the month of Shaban, and he never fasted any month completely except the month of Ramadan. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made us to know through the Messenger ﷺ that is a month of mercy, is a month of forgiveness, and the month of emancipation from hellfire. This is the month of revelation. All the books that were revealed to messengers were all done in Ramadan. Talk of Sufi Ibrahim, Tawrat of Musa, Injil of Isa, Zaburat of Dawood, and Al-Quran al-Karim that was revealed to Muhammad ﷺ. In this month, the gate of hellfire are all shut down from the hadith of Sallam, and all the gates of paradise are open. It is equally in the month in which all devils are chained. They will be chained completely, all the shayateens, from the first day to the last day of Ramadan. And it's also in this particular month that houses a singular night that is worth 1,000 months. So the night of Laylatul Qadr. So we can see that indeed Ramadan, the month of Ramadan, has more virtues and over all other months. Is equally a month in which if you perform Umrah in it, is equivalent to perform Umrah with the Prophet ﷺ in terms of reward, in terms of blessings, and in terms of everything. So if you are privileged to be able to afford going to Umrah, you will be having the opportunity, you'll be having the privilege of performing Umrah with the Prophet ﷺ according to his tradition, even though the Prophet ﷺ is no more alive. So we have to be a dutiful woman in this particular month of Ramadan, my darling sisters, specifically to you now, my sisters. How do we realize it? Realizing this or performing our duties starts from realizing the fact that everybody will be rewarded, either male or female, for whatever deed he or she does. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not deny anyone his reward. So we should realize that serving other people in this month, we shouldn't deny ourselves of other activities that would grant us the reward and virtues of Ramadan. So the command is for all in the month of Ramadan, either male or female. Then we should ensure that our intention is purely for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because it is on the basis of that that we will be rewarded. Innama a'malu binniya. Action shall be judged according to the intention.
يا أيها الذين آمنوا كتب عليكم الصيام كما كتب على الذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون.
So my dear sisters, you should remind yourself of your duties, that you're supposed to fast, except the days that you're not fasting, that is not expected of you. Either you are menstruating, or you are under the childbirth's blood, or you are breastfeeding and it will be inconveniencing you and the baby, or you are pregnant, it will inconvenience the fetus and you, the mother too. So we are supposed to give sadaqah too. Sadaqah to the needy, give food to people to break their fast, then plan good meals for your family, meals that will not take your time to be able to attend to other acts of ibadah. Then we should engage in lots of dhikr, especially during the period that we are not expected to fast or would not be able to fast. Such time should not be wasted, not accumulating good deeds on frivolities. It's not the time that you say, because I'm not praying, then you engage yourself in watching all forms of movies, engage yourself on the social media, or you go chatting with neighbors and all sorts of things. We should seize those opportunities to do that tadabbur and increase our azkar. Then plan for dua for your family, for your children, for your husband, for the ummah at large. Enjoin good and forbid evil. Amru bil ma'ruf wa nahy anil munkar. Starts especially with your family members, your neighbors, and your friends. Ensure you observe tahajjud, because many a times we engage in cooking, and the blessings of the night and the time of iftar will skip by us. This we should avoid at all costs. We should avoid them at all costs. So we should make sure we observe tahajjud and target the time of iftar. Plan your meals to give you room during the time of iftar to be able to pray, supplicate. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not reject supplications at that time. Those are part of the times that is recommended as the time of istijaba for us as Muslims. And of course, as Muslim women, we definitely have loads of dua that we want to ask Allah for. We should read the Quran and create time for us to ponder on the Quran. It's when we ponder on the Quran that the messages of Quran will come to us, that will give us the opportunity for us to know the message, what Allah wants us to do and what He does not want from us. So we should equally remember that there is a huge reward for reading the Quran. So even if you are the type that is not so fluent, which you should have started preparing yourself for before the month of Ramadan, my dear sister, struggle to continue to read. Even with that, your reward is even more than that of the person that is quite fluent in this month of Ramadan. So we have a lot of benefit in relating with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this particular month, in getting closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this particular month. The month is meant for us to fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to develop, to increase our nearness to Allah. So by so doing, one of the major benefits is la'alakum tattaqun, that we may develop the consciousness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Of course, it gives us healing and succor. Healing of the mind, healing of the soul, healing of the body. From the medical angle, there are lots of benefits of fasting, detoxification of the body system and healing of the entire body system. And of course, it makes us stronger. It makes us such that we are not serving our stomach all the time. We don't become a slave to our feeling, our belly. So at the same time, it gives us the opportunity of acceptance of dua, like I've said. So we should supplicate a lot in this particular month. At the end of every salat, during the time of Fajr, when you are in sujood during the period of Nawafil, most especially at the last part of the night, when we are breaking our fast, all these periods we should make maximum use of them for us to have acceptance of dua. And of course, it gives us opportunity to accumulate a lot of reward. You can imagine, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes us to meet the night of Laylatul Qadr, it will be equivalent to having worshipped Allah for 83 years. You have today, my dear sister. You don't know whether Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to give you the opportunity of another Ramadan. Remember those who were equally yearning to meet Ramadan, and yet they never met it. Or remember those who started Ramadan with us, and today they are no more. So we should remember the companions of the Prophet ﷺ that Talha bin Ubaydillah described. The two of them were from the tribe of Bali. They accepted Islam. And they were both struggling on the part of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but one strives more than the other. The one that strives more gained martyrdom on the battlefield, and the other one died a year after. So Talha ibn Ubaidullah now saw them in his own dream, and the one that died later was taken to Al-Jannah first, and while the second one was taken later. And they now told the person that's coming to take them, now told him, you go back, it is not yet your time. He now narrated this, and they now took themselves to the Prophet. The Prophet said, yes. Were people surprised? They said, yes, because the other one that died a martyr should have been taken first. After all, he died in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But Prophet made them to realize that do you forget the fact that the second companion died a year after, having the opportunity of fasting another Ramadan, and that gave him the edge over the companion that died on the battlefield. So my dear sisters, this is your opportunity, my opportunity. No one is promising us that we're going to have another one. Let us make a very good use of the opportunity, increase the virtues of this particular month, improve our duties to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to ourselves, so that we can accumulate enormous reward. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us the blessings of Ramadan, grant us good deeds and the opportunity to do it, and accept it from us as an act of ibadah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
آمنت بالله وملائكته وكتبه ورسله واليوم الآخر والقدر خيره وشره من الله والبعث بعد الموت لا إله إلا الله آمنت بالله وملائكته وكتبه ورسله واليوم